Today we're going to learn how to age whiskey in the comfort of your own home. Aren't you excited? Welcome to Aged. Today what we're going to do is we're going to take some unaged white whiskey. This is old moonshine, old smoky Tennessee moonshine. We're going to put it in the oak bottle and we're going to give it a taste. And if you're following along at home and you happen to have the aged recipe book, which you can get on oakbottle.com, go to page 12 and 13. That's pretty pictures. That's the text. This is going to describe to you how you can go about creating this aged whiskey. So the way we're going to do it here is we're going to age it for 1 week in oak. First thing we're going to do is put our white whiskey into our oak bottle. The first challenge is making it so that we can pour easily with a white whiskey, and a lot of the moonshine come in the classic moonshine shapes bottles, and it becomes a big pain in the butt. So first thing I do is put on a pour spout. Now we're going to take this, we're going to pour it inside. This could take a while. So we're just going to do half for now. There's no need to necessarily go through all of it. Fill the whole thing if you want to. This bottle's 750 milliliters. 750 milliliters. So if you want to drain this entire thing in here, go right ahead. It's completely possible to do. The real magic is surface and volume, and how surface and volume work within an oak bottle or within an oak barrel. If you have a big old barrel, the biggest problem you're going to have is if you store lots of product in that barrel, all the surface area, all the places where the liquid is touching on the outside of the barrel is limited because this volume is high, but the amount of surface area isn't that high. The oak bottle is designed for maximum surface area, so what you're really doing is you're creating a lot of surface area, allowing the whiskey to touch more of the surface. That gives you a rapid aging process, 60 times faster. So what we're going to be able to do is in 1 week, we'll have aged this 60 times faster than if you put it into a big barrel, which for the home user is really cool because I don't have a really large $2,000 barrel floating around. So this gets the job done quicker. We'll wait a week, we'll come back, we'll see how it tastes, we'll do a taste comparison, we'll do a color comparison, and figure out was that worth the time, the 1 week time, to be able to produce an aged whiskey from an unaged whiskey. So here we go, let's wait. So while we wait the 1 week, let's just put some stuff in perspective. Elijah Craig, 8 to 12 years aged. No age statement anymore, but it's someplace within that. Jack Daniels, 4 years or so aged. Jim Beam, Devil's Cut. That's at least 4 years aged. Given the oak bottle ages 60 times faster, that means if you throw a white whiskey into an oak bottle, it's roughly, for a week, it's roughly going to be about, like, say, 1.15068 years of aging. So, 1 week, 1 year. 2 weeks, 2 years. Do the math. It doesn't take long to hit this number. Now that 1 week has gone by, what we're going to do is we're going to take what's in the oak bottle. I'm just going to put it into glass, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Storing it outside the oak bottle will stop it from aging further. So if you're happy with the flavor profile of this specific age of 1 week's worth of aging, then you can throw it in here. If you don't, you can leave it in there longer and continue to grow the age of that whiskey. So this is what we're going to do. Let's take a look at what this looks like. Now, remember, it started clear, and after 1 week, 1 week's time, and it's already pulled so much color and no doubt flavor out of the oak bottle. Let's do a little color comparison and flavor comparison against a little Tennessee whiskey. Jack Daniels, oak bottled whiskey, old smoky moonshine. So the JD smells, definitely has a sweet smell to it. A little burny. Now this is 80 proof. What we have here is 100 proof. It's already started to pick up some of the sweeter notes. Not quite at the same sweet level as a Jack Daniels, but a Jack Daniels is 4 years aged. This is technically only a 1 year aged. So you get about the same color. However, this is technically going to be 3 years older. It's developed a light oak, like fresh white oak flavor. A little bit of sweetness, a little bit of back-end smoky action. White whiskey is a very strange product. I have found that white whiskey doesn't work so well in a whiskey sour. It just loses some of that nice mellow crispness, and it just falls flat to me. This has developed so much more flavor than your straight up white whiskey. However, what I would suggest is that you stick with something that's a higher proofage, 100 proof. It's going to take a lot of those flavors and pull and extract a lot more of the rich char, caramel, vanilla flavors from the oak bottle as compared to using a lighter whiskey in the same period of time. Let's just quickly make a whiskey sour. The whiskey sour is going to be 2 ounces of our new aged whiskey, a ½ ounce of fresh lemon juice, and 3/4 ounce of sugar, or simple syrup. The whiskey sour. The oak flavor comes through. It does mask a little bit of that smokiness that you get from drinking this straight. Again, if you want it more sweet, you want it more oak driven, if you're looking for something that's more devil's cut worthy of just drawn out oak, leave it in your oak bottle for longer. So now you know how to take a white whiskey and turn it into an aged whiskey. You want to see more? Head over to oakbottle.com where you can get the aged book, you can get the oak bottle, and more of these videos. And that is how you get aged.